Hi students, hope you all are doing well. I am Ms. Shyama, your social studies teacher. Students, this year onwards, EVS is divided into science and social studies. So, in social studies, we will be focusing on three divisions, that is history, civics and geography. So, let's start our first lesson. What's the name of our lesson? India, our country. So dear children, we are starting with our first lesson, India, our country. In this lesson, we are going to discuss about which are the neighboring countries of India, about the physical divisions of India, about states and union territories of India. So in this lesson, we will be discussing about these 3 points. So let's start with our class. India. The country that occupies the greater part of South Asia. That's our country, India. India is a unique country. It comprises one of the oldest civilizations in the world. And also, it's the second most populous country in the world after China. India covers an area of 32,87,264 square kilometer from Kashmir to Kanyakumari. Russia, Canada, China, United States of America, Brazil and Australia have larger areas than India. Hence, India is the 7th largest country in the world. So our country is the 7th largest country in the world. India stands apart from other countries. India has a long coastline marked off by the mountains and the seas, which give the country a distinct geographical entity. That's why it has been rightly called a subcontinent. It's the largest country in the subcontinent of South Asia. India is widest in the middle and become narrow towards the south. It becomes narrow towards the south. The southern part of India is surrounded by 3 big water bodies. Here you can see. So the southern part of India is surrounded by 3 big water bodies. India is bounded by Indian Ocean on the south, Arabian Sea on the southwest and Bay of Bengal in the southeast. India is the only country in the world which has an ocean after its name, Indian Ocean. Now, let's discuss about our neighboring countries. India shares common borders with the neighboring countries like Pakistan and Afghanistan in the northwest, China, Nepal and Bhutan to the north, Bangladesh and Myanmar, formerly known as Burma, to the east. In the Indian Ocean, India also shares its marine border with Sri Lanka and also Maldives. Hence, India comprises land boundary to the north region and ocean boundary to the south. Now we are going to discuss about the political division of India. As we know, India is a large country. For better running of the country, India was divided into smaller areas called as states and union territories. India is described as the union of 28 states and 9 union territories, including the National Capital Territory of Delhi. Union territories are directly under control of central government. states have their own government. The capital of our state is the seat of the government. The capital of India is New Delhi. Yes, the capital of our country is New Delhi. The offices of the government, all the offices of India are based in New Delhi. The National Capital Territory, Delhi, has a chief minister to look after its affairs. Now, let's look different states and union territories. We are going to start with this different states and its capital also. Let's start with Andhra Pradesh. Andhra Pradesh, formerly known as Andhra State. It is a state in the southeastern coastal region of India. The capital of Andhra Pradesh is Amaravati. This is the proposed capital. Right now, Hyderabad is also functioning as the capital city. So the next state is Arunachal Pradesh. Arunachal Pradesh, literally known as land of dull-lit mountains. The capital of Arunachal Pradesh is Itanagar. Next state, Assam. Assam is a state in northeastern India situated south of the eastern Himalayas. Capital is Dispur. Next is Bihar. Bihar is a state in East India bordering Nepal. This is Nepal. And it divided by, you can see here, the state is divided by river Ganges. The capital of Bihar is Patna. Next state is Chhattisgarh. Chhattisgarh here. Chhattisgarh is a heavily forested state in central India. The capital of Chhattisgarh is Raipur. So the next state is Goa. It's the smallest state. Goa is a state in western India with coastline stretching along Arabian Sea. The capital of Goa is Panaji. Next state we are going to discuss is about Gujarat. Gujarat is a state on the western coast of India with coastal lines. The capital of Gujarat is Gandhinagar. Haryana. The next state is Haryana. Haryana is a North Indian state here surrounding New Delhi on three sides. It's surrounding New Delhi from three sides. The capital of Haryana is Chandigarh. The next state is Himachal Pradesh here. Himachal Pradesh is a northern Indian state in the Himalayas. The capital of Himachal Pradesh is Shimla. The next state we are going to discuss is about Jharkhand. Jharkhand is a state in eastern India. The violet color you can see here, right? Jharkhand is a state in eastern India and also it's known for its waterfalls. The capital of Jharkhand is Ranchi. So the next state we are going to discuss is about Karnataka. Karnataka, this is Karnataka. The capital of Karnataka is Bengaluru and Karnataka is a state in southwest India. Now the next state is Kerala. Kerala is a state on India's tropical Malabar coast and also 600 kilometers of Arabian Sea we can see here in this side. The capital of Kerala is Thiruvananthapuram. Next state is Madhya Pradesh. Here it comes in the central part. Madhya Pradesh is a large state in central India and the capital of Madhya Pradesh is Bhopal. The next state we are going to discuss Maharashtra. It is a state in the western peninsular region and the capital of Maharashtra is Mumbai. So the next state and its capital, Manipur. Here, Manipur. Manipur is a state in northeastern India with the city of Imphal as its capital. The next state, Meghalaya. Here, Meghalaya is a hilly state in northeastern India. The meaning of Meghalaya is the abode of cloud. The capital of Meghalaya is Shillong. The next state, Mizoram. This one. Mizoram is a state in northeastern India with Aizawl as its capital. The next state is Nagaland. Nagaland is a mountainous state in northeast India bordering Myanmar, our neighboring country. The capital of Nagaland is Kohima. So the next state, Odisha. Here, Odisha, formerly called Orissa. It's an eastern Indian state on the Bay of Bengal. The capital of Odisha is Bhubaneswar. The next state is Punjab. Here, Punjab. Punjab, a state bordering Pakistan, and also it is the heart of India's Sikh community. The capital of Punjab is Chandigarh. The next state, Rajasthan. Here, Rajasthan is a state in northern India and it is the largest Indian state by area. The capital of Rajasthan is Jaipur. The next state is Sikkim. Sikkim is a state in northeast India bordered by Bhutan, Nepal and also Tibet. The part of the Himalayas and the areas has a dramatic landscape that includes India's highest mountain, Kanchenjunga. The capital of Sikkim is Gangtok. So the next state, Tamil Nadu. Here, that's our neighboring state, is it? Karnataka's neighboring, one of the neighboring states is Tamil Nadu. So Tamil Nadu, a South Indian state, is famous for its Dravidian style Hindu temples. So the capital of Tamil Nadu is Chennai. So the next state is Telangana, a newly formed state. Here, Telangana is a state in southern India and its capital is Hyderabad. The next state is Tripura, this side. Tripura is a hilly state in northeast India bordered on 3 sides of Bangladesh. The capital of Tripura is Agartala. Next state is Uttar Pradesh. Uttar Pradesh is a state in northern India and the capital of Uttar Pradesh is Lucknow. The next state is Uttarakhand. Uttarakhand is a state in northern India crossed by Himalayas and also it is known for its Hindu pilgrimage site. So for Uttarakhand there are 2 capitals. One is Dehradun in winter and Garsan in summer. So the last state we are going to discuss is about West Bengal. West Bengal is a state in eastern India between the Himalayas and also Bay of Bengal. The capital of West Bengal is Kolkata. So now we are going to discuss about Union Territories and its capitals. Union Territories, they are special administrative sectors in India which operate directly under the central government. Why we have this Union Territories? Why do we have Union Territories? Let's see. The term Union Territory refers to those territories that were too small or to be independent or to get enough attention economically, politically or geographically. In 2019, October 31st, the state Jammu and Kashmir got reconstructed into 2 union territories, that is Jammu and Kashmir and Ladakh, by the approval of Indian President. Let's see the 9 union territories and its capitals. So we are starting with Andaman and Nicobar Islands. Andaman and Nicobar Islands here. Andaman and Nicobar Islands, a union territory of India comprising 572 islands, of which 37 are inhabited. The capital of Andaman and Nicobar is Port Blair. The next union territory is Chandigarh. It is a city, district and union territory in India that serves as the capital of two neighboring states, Punjab and Haryana. So the capital of Chandigarh is Chandigarh. The next union territory is Daman and Diu. Daman and Diu, a union territory in West India, and it got separated. The two places it got separated by Arabian Sea. Daman here and Diu in this side. It got separated by Arabian Sea. The capital of Daman and Diu is Daman. The next union territory is Dadra and Nagar Haveli. Here, Dadra and Nagar Haveli. Dadra and Nagar Haveli is a region in Western India, and the capital of Dadra and Nagar Haveli is Silvassa. So the next union territory is Delhi. Here, Delhi is the India's capital territory, and the capital of Delhi is New Delhi only. Now the last one, Jammu and Kashmir. Jammu and Kashmir is a region administered by India as a union territory recently. Here, Jammu and Kashmir. So the capital of Jammu and Kashmir is Srinagar in summer and Jammu in winter. So the next union territory is Jammu and Kashmir. Jammu and Kashmir is a region administered by India as a union territory. The capital of Jammu and Kashmir is Srinagar in summer and Jammu in winter. Now the next union territory, Lakshadweep. Lakshadweep is a group of islands in southwestern coastal region of India, and the capital of Lakshadweep is Kavaratti. So the next union territory we are going to discuss is about Puducherry. Puducherry, formerly known as Pondicherry. So the capital of Puducherry is Pondicherry. Now the last union territory is Ladakh. Ladakh is a region administered by India as a union territory and constituting a part of larger region of Kashmir here. And the capital of Ladakh is Leh. The capital of Ladakh is Leh. Now children, let's discuss about the physical divisions of India. India is a land of all kinds of landforms such as mountains, plateaus, deserts, plains, islands and also coastal region. Based on all these physical features, India is divided based on this division. So the first division which we are going to discuss is about northern mountains. From here to here, northern mountains, which include Himalayas, Karakoram range and Purvanchal hill ranges. This northern mountain protects us from the cold winds and guards us from our enemies. So the next division we are going to discuss is about northern plains. Northern plains here. Northern plains which extend from Punjab in the west to Assam in the east, and also three major rivers and their tributaries such as Indus, Ganga here and Brahmaputra flow through these plains. Now the next physical division, the Great Desert or the Thar Desert. Here also known as Western Desert, lies mostly in the state of Rajasthan. So the next physical division is the southern plateaus. Southern plateaus are almost triangular in shape. The river Narmada originates from here and flows towards the west. Madhya Pradesh, Maharashtra, Chhattisgarh, Jharkhand, Telangana, Karnataka, Andhra Pradesh and Tamil Nadu. These are the states comes under southern plateaus. Now the next physical division, the eastern and western coastal plains. Eastern coastal plains and western coastal plains. The eastern coastal plains lie between the Eastern Ghats and Bay of Bengal. The many rivers like Godavari, Mahanadi, Krishna, Kaveri flow through the eastern plains. Now the next western coastal plains lie between Western Ghat and Arabian Sea. The major rivers such as Narmada and Tapti flow through the western plains. Now the last physical division, the islands. Andaman and Nicobar is in the Bay of Bengal and Lakshadweep. Now the islands, the next physical division. Andaman and Nicobar is in Bay of Bengal and Lakshadweep is in Arabian Sea. Lakshadweep is the smallest of all the Union territories. Now children, listen here. The southern part of India is a peninsula. Here, this side is a peninsula. It is because it's surrounded by water from all the three sides. From three sides, it's surrounded by three sides, water. Now the next, Rajasthan is the biggest state in our country and Goa is the smallest one. The Cape Comorin near Kanyakumari is the southernmost tip of the Indian mainland. And Indira Point in the Andaman and Nicobar is the southernmost point of the Indian Union. Students, we finished our lesson. Let's do a recap of this lesson. In this lesson, we discussed about India and its neighboring countries. They are Afghanistan and Pakistan in the northwest, China, Bhutan and Nepal in the north side, Myanmar and Bangladesh in the east, and Sri Lanka and Maldives in the south. The next topic we discussed is about states and union territories of India. India is divided into 28 states and 9 union territories. Then the next topic which we have discussed is about physical divisions of India. India divides into 6 major divisions such as the northern mountains, the northern plains, the great desert, the southern plateaus and eastern and western coastal plains and at last the islands. So dear children, we finished our chapter. So read the lesson thoroughly and try to do the textbook exercises as well. See you in the next class. Take care. Bye.